Dogo transfer race heats up. Looks like very many teams have lined up him as their next target in the January transfer window. Others want to sign him in the January transfer window, and others want to obviously land this deal in the summer. And guess what? Man United has to pay a certain amount of money to get this deal done and dusted in the January transfer window, as the clause is there for Dogo to leave in the January transfer window. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. If you are new on this channel, just get to know that a lot has been broadcasted about this guy yesterday. I really gave you what we call the foundation of this guy, and you know exactly how he obviously looks like and what his mode of play. He is a 20-year-old Danish player, and he is a left-footed player. He plays as a left back. He can also play as a left wing back. He has been one of those players that has gone ahead, obviously, raise up his hand during this season. 20 games played. He has 3 goals and I think 2 assists this season. And United is like, that's the guy we are obviously going to go in for. And even Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us that the manager of Man United has come up and obviously said he is the guy that I need to obviously see my left attacking side of the midfield really blossom into the remaining seasons in here onto the United Matters channel. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. As we speak, we are few subscribers away from really hitting the magic number, and we want to hit 20,200 subscribers, because as we speak right about now, we are at 20,100 and let me check, 102, meaning that we are left with 98 subscribers to hit 20,200 subscribers. So guys, feel free to go into the mix and obviously get into that lower bottom corner. Smash the black button that has with a subscribe after smashing the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. And this is Dogo, who does it all in here. Now, let's obviously start it off with Di Marzio. He told us that Napoli, AC Milan, Inter Milan and Juventus are all interested in Dogo, and his agent is expected to travel to Milan for talks with his clubs. The idea is to find an agreement for the summer transfer, although an offer of £34 million, including bonuses, could lead Lecce to sell this window. Now, it is really a very heated up moment for the club of Manchester United, because when you talk about Napoli, AC Milan, Inter Milan and Juventus all interested in Dogo, obviously it is really huge. But the only advantage that United is having ahead of these 3 clubs is that they are playing in the Premier League. That is it, because the Premier League has become one of those leagues that many players are really admiring to play in, most of the players. And for Patrick Dogo, he knows to it that this is a chance. This is a one chance in a lifetime, because at the age of 20, you can try out your career in the Premier League. Even if you fail, you can get back to the Serie A and rebuild your career. But if you spend the next 2-3 seasons in Serie A, that won't obviously work out best for you, because these clubs are looking for other players, you know, and it's his time to obviously go at Man United and shine, because he knows to it that he's going to be getting straight into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. Ruben Amorim has spoken to the player, and he has told him all why he needs him. The whys and therefores have been really given to him, and he's there ready to come to Manchester United, and he has given United his yes. That is Dogo. But there is a very huge competitive edge when it comes to who is obviously going to win this race. Now, if you're Man United, that means you are left with no choice apart from paying the 30 to 34 million pounds that is wanted by the side of Lecce. Because if you don't pay it, there are 4 options: AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, and Napoli. All those four are interested in this player. So all United has to do is to obviously dance to the tunes of Lecce, because there is what we call a bidding war. It is really there and it has been launched, and that's what you're talking about. It's a bidding war, and Lecce is seated in their comfort zone, and they're like, all right, let the best bidder win. It's like an auction right now, and that's what you would like to be. That's the side you would like to be on if at all you are that side that is really trying to really sell a player like Dogo, because if 5 teams are really battling for his signature, you as Lecce, you are like, all right, that's what I want. And I think they're even regretting why they even have a clause of that magnitude, because in a situation like this, if they never had a bad clause like that, they would have gone to obviously get more from that player, you know, because he's really exceptional. So United has to act thick and fast. And by the way, if it was the Glazers still here, not running the football, if it was the Glazers here running what we call the football issues at Manchester United, I would have gone ahead to say we stand no chance to get in this player. But with Ineos and the people they have, Christopher Vivel, acting sporting director, you are having Joan Cloud, you are having Jason Wilcox, you are having a man himself known as Christopher Vivel. I think we can do a very good job. Omar Berada, they can do a good job in obviously getting this deal done and dusted. And I know today, as they expected to fly to Italy, I know a lot is going to happen, and we are obviously going to do a lot to see if this player really comes in through at the club of Manchester United. The big question is United having the money to pay this deal? Because I know all we need is £10 million to obviously pay it off, depending on the contract we are going to give this player. And I know it's going to be a 6-year contract. And if I told it 6 years, that means every year we can pay £6 million. That's the amount of money that United has to obviously get in, either to loan a player or to sell a player, and see to it that we obviously get in players. So that's exactly what Dogo is all about. And Di Marzio added and said that Manchester United have inquired about Dogo via a phone call to his agent, but have not issued a formal offer. So all those stories that we are implicating that United have made a formal offer, they're wide off the mark. But if push comes to shove, United will put in a formal offer before this week comes to an end. And they want this player immediately. At the club of Manchester United, the manager needs him ASAP. That is what you're really getting in through from Di Marzio. Now, David Austin has also added more beef to all what he issued later yesterday, that discussions are advancing for Patrick Dogo's move to Man United. The club may go over to Italy to try and speed up the process. So United is like, we want to speed up the process. And this is one thing I really like about the side of the Ineos, the new football department running the football affairs, that when they point at a player, they all go at full pelt. That's what I love about them. They go at full speed, and they're like, if we stay in Manchester on phone calls with the agent, maybe it won't obviously happen. So looks like a delegation of Man United is anticipated obviously fly down in Italy to see to it that all goes on well as planned. And even Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm it, that Man United's delegation is expected to obviously touch down in Italy. And he said Man United are going big for Patrick Dogo. Napoli are also interested. United will be in Italy in the next hours for meeting on Dogo and the Garnacho deal. Lecce want around 30 to 34 million pounds for Dogo. So United, as we speak right now, might be already in Italy. That is it. They might already be in Italy to see to it that they obviously push and see to it that this deal gets done and dusted. And don't be surprised if at all today we get a here we go, because I don't think that personal terms are really going to be a problem, as Dogo, let me check out how much he earns on a weekly basis. Let's see his wages, you know. Let's see his wages, you know. I don't think that United are really going to have any problem. So he earns around £10,000 a week. That is Dogo for you. And you think this is really going to be hard for Man United to obviously pay him like 5 times the amount of money he's getting. You get him 5 times the amount of money he's getting, and it should be a performance-oriented contract that if you come in through and really play very well, will obviously add maybe £20,000, you know. And we should obviously see to it that in 3 years, he can be earning like 150,000, provided he performs very well. Because if he comes through and kicks the ground running, I tell you, his contract will be improved. But all those clauses should be included into that contract that he signs with Manchester United, and all that starts with the personal terms. And the moment United has traveled to Italy to obviously meet Lecce, that means the agent has given them green light to say to it that all goes on well as needed. So that's what you're really having for Patrick Dorgu. The delegation of Man United is in Italy. Very many clubs are interested in the player. United have decided not to stay in Manchester, but to obviously board to Italy to see to it that they meet the team of Lecce physically and get the deal out of the way, and that will be something great. But the moment they are moving at full pelt like that, they know to it that something is set to happen. But is this deal hinged onto the deal of Garnacho happening? Because Chelsea is in and Napoli is also in. Because if you are to get this deal done and dusted, it was confirmed to us by the manager, Ruben Amorim, that we have to sell to buy. You know that very well. He told us that we have to sell to buy. So if you have to sell to buy, then I tell you what, nothing is obviously going to stop us from obviously getting to where we deserve to be as a team of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That is Patrick Dorgu transfer race heating up as the bidding war is on. Is he coming to Man United, or he's going to the side of Italy? So that is what we have about Patrick Dorgu. That's the latest. But yesterday, the man himself known as Fabrizio Romano went ahead obviously sound a here we go to Antony's exit from Manchester United. He told us that Antony to Rio Betis, here we go, verbal agreement in place between all parties with Man United too, documents being checked, then time for travel and medical tests. United will let him leave on loan with no buy clause. He will be formally back to United in June. Now, I think if you're Man United, this is what you can come out here and obviously be very excited about. Why? Right now as we speak, the best you can get out of Antony is like £20 million if you're to sell him, and you're really making a loss. But if you send him to what's that side? If you send him to the side of Celta Vigo, right? You are like buying yourself time, and you're like, if he gets better, I'll obviously get more money from him, because it's very hard for us to get back the £85 million, but all I can confirm to you is that we can really get the best out of the best from this guy, like maybe £50 million, provided he obviously goes ahead and really performs very well into that side of Rio Betis. And when you look at Rio Betis, they're really a side that is really doing the needful and really performing not badly where they are, and we all admit that he's obviously gonna get what we call a very huge welcome. And there is also a clause that if they don't give him the minutes he deserves, then they'll have to pay a penalty, meaning that he has gone to Rio Betis and he's obviously gonna do the needful. They are 12th into the league, and they've gone ahead to play 6 games, and they've played 20 games, they've won 6, and they've drawn 7, they've lost 7. That means this is a team that will obviously help him really get where he deserves to be, because they're left with 18 games to go to end this season. And in those 18 games, I think Antony has all what it takes to lift himself up and see to it that he puts in the required shift altogether and all will be okay. So Antony leaving means that Man United have to bring in Patrick Dogo. Why? Because if you bring in Patrick Dogo, that means you would have gone ahead obviously add in another player, because the manager has gone ahead obviously see Antony as a forward player. He has always played him as a right wing back in most of the times. So if you bring in Patrick Dogo, that means you are having a Dalo who can play as a right wing back and left wing back, and a Dogo who can play as a left wing back also. By the way, Dogo can also play as a right wing back, because I've gone ahead to see him really play that side very, very well. So that's exactly what is happening for Antony, and Antony leaving obviously confirms us that more players are really going to be coming in through, because the exit list is still there. Casemiro is expected to leave to go to Saudi Arabia. Garnacho is expected to leave. Rashford is expected to leave. Eriksen is expected to leave. So those are players that we expect to leave the club of Manchester United. Even Tyrell Malacia is another one that we expect to leave the club of Manchester United. So it's gonna be a busy 14 days, because today is 21st. That means we are left with 10 days to end this year, and then add in the 3 days that are left, or the first 3 days of February that have been added to Manchester United, to other clubs, to get this summer, the winter transfer window done and dusted. So that's what you're really having in here onto the United Matters channel. I'm calling in for your reactions into the comment section. But do you think United will win the rest of Patrick Dogo or not? United will obviously see themselves really lose out onto this transfer window to Napoli, Juventus, and the side of AC Milan or Inter Milan. And for Antony, do you think he deserved to leave? You know, for my case, I think he really deserved to leave, because he needs somewhere else to restart his career, and I don't see his future at Man United. When he's sold, I tell you, he's not obviously gonna come back at Man United and really command a fast start. No doubts. When he goes to Real Betis, all you have to pray for is for him to perform very well, excite other clubs, and see to it that teams can come up and offer like £50 million, and at least we admit that we've gone ahead to make a loss of £30 million. Because if we paid £85 million and gave him a contract of like, is it 5 years? That means every year we have to pay close to £17 million. He came in through 2020, so you say 2023, £17 million were paid, 2024, 2025. That means we've so far paid £51 million. And Ajax has a balance of close to 34 million pounds, meaning that if we can sell him for 50, you know, we get the 30, we can really use some of that money to obviously see to it that we facilitate the summer transfer window, and I think that will be something great, like we did for Sancho. And remember, in the summer I have £25 million for Sancho coming in through from Chelsea. You know, if Antony is sold and other players pave way out of Man United, we can get some good amount of money from sales, because I know this CEO at Manchester United is a very good financial football expert, and he knows exactly what to do, and we'll find a solution. All in all I want is Ruben Amorim to be here. However much he perform very badly, I don't want to see him leave. That is it. I don't want to see Ruben Amorim leave. I want him to be here. Let him be here for close to even 5 years. I want to see that manager who is really going to long live at the club of Manchester United and really get us back to the glory days, because getting back to the glory days in the modern football, it's not a 2-year thing, a 2-3 year phase. You see Arsenal, they are back to competing, but they have not gone here to win a very big trophy. You understand? So I think it needs like 5 years for this manager to obviously get the best of the best that he deserves. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Good morning, and Rock and David remains my name. I'm out. Bye bye for now, and see you in the next 2 hours or 3 hours from now.